on these Versatiles, that hydraulic pump, it likes to blow the pump seal and pump all the hydraulic fluid into the crankcase of the engine. So if you're using it for a couple days and you keep having to add oil and you can't find a leak, hopefully you've been checking your engine dipstick too, and you might see that it's starting to go up. So today we're gonna pull that pump off and reseal it, and this is kind of how it goes. This is your hydraulic pump. We are gonna undo that bolt there and then the matching one down there, and there is a spacer in there with a couple gaskets, and hopefully we can just set the pump right over here and change that seal fairly easily. If we have to, we'll start pulling off these lines. We need to put a new O-ring on this ORB fitting that goes on the top of pump anyways. When you crack this pump open, there is a spline coupler that connects the hydraulic pump to the timing cover, so make sure you take that out and make sure you put it in when you're putting it back together. I'll probably have enough room to spin this thing out. I gotta disconnect this line. Also, if you look at that, you can see that there's a thin plate here, and then a gasket, and then this mating plate. So prepare to change both gaskets, but if it doesn't come apart, you can get away with only doing one. I bought both gaskets just in case. We got the pump off and propped to the side, so now we need to remove that snap ring in there, and then we'll get the slide hammer out and pull that seal out. This is my favorite trick for removing shaft seals. I wish I had something smaller than a 10-pound slide hammer, but here we are, and I'll show you guys what's up. We're just gonna drill a hole in it, put a screw attachment onto the slide hammer, and it should grab and pull that seal out easy. We're attaching the slide hammer, we'll see how easy it comes. That one came very nicely. They don't always come that easy, but it works great that way. You can see the screw is in that attachment there. I just drill it through and then you pull it out. I've been at this project for less than half an hour. It's going really smoothly. Let's hope it goes back together just as quickly. I'm gonna use this old seal to get that one seated properly. I'll just slide it over here and just give it a couple taps with the hammer. The new seal is in. We're gonna quickly pop this fitting on, get a new ORB O-ring in there, and then we will clean up our gasket surface. We've got our new gasket. We've got everything cleaned up, and we're not gonna forget our adapter, so let's get our boat back together and see if it leaks. It runs good. We don't have a leak there. If you seal it up and it's not sealing, it'll leak out engine oil, but that's all good. So we'll keep an eye on our oil level, make sure it's not going up, and then that means we're not leaking hydraulic past that pump seal. The ORB fitting up there worked good, so that's not leaking, but I noticed this main line on the back is a little loose and there is a small leak. You can kind of see where it's been dripping down over the season, so we'll get that sealed up as well.